Hello, hello. I think I'm live. Hello, how are you? It is Bonnie here for Intuitive Eating Wisdom Wednesday. So, we are talking today about how not to fall prey to the New Year's diet trap. I talk a lot about this because it is all over. Obviously, the holiday season is here. I hope everybody is enjoying. It is time for connection. It is time for joy. It is time for reflection. And it is time for celebrating moments that truly matter with the people that we love. But especially around this time of year, we encounter the pressure to conform to unrealistic expectations, whether it's about how we look, what we eat, or how we celebrate. Diet culture goes into overdrive at this time of year, especially January. You know, those quote unquote New Year's resolutions, which I don't believe in, take the world by storm, constantly pushing ideas like shedding the holiday weight, detoxing, starting fresh, all with restrictive diets and extreme workout plans. So, have you ever seen the holiday ads? I'm sure you have, right? The holiday ads that market quick fixes like, oh, you can lose 10 pounds in 10 days, or let's reset your body with this 7-day cleanse, especially after all the holiday eating you've done, or the ones that promise instant results without any effort at all, or little effort, right? So, diet companies and gyms and influencers know that we're vulnerable after what they call indulgence during the holiday season. So this messaging preys on feelings of guilt, and it gives the illusion that a slimmer body equals a better life. But let's be clear. These quote unquote solutions are temporary, and they don't address the bigger picture of health and well-being. You don't need a New Year's resolution. You just don't, right? Just like you don't need to diet, my friends. Diets always fail to deliver lasting results. So, number one, restrictive rules are not sustainable. When you eliminate major entire food groups, or you drastically cut your calories, well, that backfires, leaving you feeling deprived and guilty. Ever experienced that? The cycle of deprivation and overeating, well, when you overly restrict, it can and does lead to intense cravings and therefore binge eating, which then leads to guilt and a cycle of yo-yo dieting that is hard to break. Been there, done that? And by the way, weight is not really a marker of health. Fixating on the scale ignores other important measures of health like energy, strength, mental well-being, all of which contribute to your overall health. And please, let's not forget, dieting damages your relationship with food and your body and yourself. And it leads to shame and low self-esteem if you think you quote unquote messed up. The pressure to start the year with drastic changes can feel overwhelming, but the truth is, lasting change doesn't come from guilt or shame. It comes from building habits that align with your values and focusing on what makes you feel good in your body, your mind, and your spirit. So this new year, instead of falling for the trap of quick fixes and restrictive plans, let's talk about how to embrace a more balanced, nourishing approach to food, to your body, to your health. It is time to reject the new year, new you myth and recognize that you are already enough just as you are. So to avoid falling into this New Year's diet trap, there are 6 ways to identify a diet in disguise. Number 1, the primary emphasis is on altering your body's shape or size. 2, it claims to prioritize wellness. but subtly ties it to weight loss. 3, it encourages tracking your food or imposing strict limitations. 4, foods are categorized with moral judgments like good, bad, clean, inflammatory, dirty. 5, you're instructed to ignore your body's natural hunger and fullness cues because you're told to just follow these rules and eat at this time. And number 6, the quote unquote plan, aka diet, relies heavily on specifically branded foods or supplements that you must purchase. By being aware of these 6 tricks of diet culture or the diet industry, you will be able to recognize diet culture in disguise. You will be able to make more informed decisions and choices for yourself and prioritize approaches that truly support you. Now, let's just focus on some sustainable and self-compassionate ways to feel your best throughout this season. Number 1, I would encourage you to set holistic goals. So set goals that align with your overall well-being, not your weight or your appearance. So focus on areas like your energy level, your mental health, your daily habits that make you feel good. So for example, instead of setting a goal to say, well, I want to lose 10 pounds, maybe try to say, I would like to feel more energized. So I'm going to focus on sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. Like that's just an example. And you can do this by establishing a calming bedtime routine. Maybe you're going to read, maybe you're going to meditate, maybe you're going to limit screen time an hour before bed, for example, right? So focus on those types of goals and then put out for yourself certain steps to achieve those goals. Number 2, tune into your hunger and fullness cues. I recognize that might be really hard for you if you're dieting for a very long time. They just might not be very sharp for you to be picking up, or you question their accuracy. That's the lack of trust. Thank you, dieting. Do your best to pay attention to the body's signals and do honor them when you feel them. So you eat when you're hungry and you stop when you feel satisfied. Number 3, focus on adding foods versus subtracting. I do this all the time with my clients. What can we add versus what can we take away? Way different mindset around nutrition and food to help you meet your goals. The mentality, the mindset is just so different. Number 4, let's celebrate small victories, right? So whatever goal you've set for yourself and whatever steps you've taken, you've laid out for yourself to achieve those goals, doesn't matter how big, how small, let's celebrate that. Doesn't matter, nothing is too big to celebrate, nothing's too small to celebrate, let's just celebrate. And number 5, finally, is show yourself some grace, please. New Year's is not about perfection. As a matter of fact, there is no perfection at all in this world. It's about progress. It's about living in a way that honors your unique self, your unique needs and values, because no two people are the same. So you can do this by building self-compassion, really speaking to yourself in a self-compassionate way. You can do this by letting go of that all or nothing thinking, by learning to be flexible, by acknowledging your efforts, right? Please remember, you do not need to fix yourself in January because you're not broken. This year, I encourage you to prioritize your well-being over weight loss because we know how that ends. And we don't want to fall into that trap again. So let's prioritize that. And let's use kindness and self-compassion instead of criticism and judgment. You're worthy of care. You're worthy of your attention. Doesn't matter your size. Doesn't matter your shape. Let us change the narrative around this new year. So I hope that has helped. I can't wait to hear. I would love to hear your recap of the year. How have things gone for you on your intuitive eating journey? And I do want you to know that I am here for you. I have a group program called Whole Body Trust, Intuitive Eating for a Peaceful Life. I now have an end of year promotion going on where you can save $500. It's the lowest price ever. It is going up in the new year. If you have any interest at all to learn more about that and you want to join an amazing group of women in an intimate setting to learn and to support each other so you can finally implement your intuitive eating principles into your life so they become part of your core and leave all this dieting nonsense and questioning yourself behind, then just comment below this video or send me a private message or send me an email at bonnie@dietfreeradiantme.com. Or if you're on my mailing list, you'll be getting some emails. Just hit reply and tell me you'd like to set up a time to talk. I am here for you. All right. Wishing you a wonderful, wonderful rest of the holiday season. This will wrap up our Intuitive Eating Wisdom Wednesdays for the year. And I look forward for what 2025 brings us. Take care for now. Bye.